It's very impactful when you start to recognize that impact of a dad. And so a lot of what I try to teach dads and what I think Scripture wants dads to recognize around their influence, around their impact, and around their presence goes into a lot of what we do in counseling. When I work with dads, when I work with parents on a daily and weekly basis. Dr. Dan Siegel has a lot of work around attachment and how we can build healthy and secure attachment with our kids. And what he says is 4 S's that he really speaks on. The first one, he talks about creating safety for our kids. So being that safe place for them, being someone that they can come to, that they can attach to, that they can share and confide in, that isn't going to, in a sense, push them away, hold them at arm's distance, not be emotionally available or attuned with them. Being someone that's safe, that they can actually come to. And then when they come to you and they feel safe with you in your presence, guess what? Then they can go out and face all of the other challenges that life may have to offer. So the first thing we can provide for our kids as dads is safety. The second thing is we have to be able to see them emotionally, right? We see our kids physically. It's really easy to see, negative behavior. It's really easy to see when they're being disobedient. It's really easy to see when they're throwing fits. That's easy stuff. But I'm talking about what's going on beneath the behavior, what's going on up here, what's going on in their emotional life, and actually being then aware and becoming aligned to our children, right? So being attuned, but also being aware and being aligned. So not just creating safety, but then seeing them emotionally. The third one that he talks about is soothing our kids. And what soothing means, a lot of dads might be like, well, shoot, I don't want to soothe my kid. That means I'm promising them a life of ease. That's the furthest thing from the truth. What we mean by soothing your children is helping them recognize that pain, challenge, hardship, adversity in life, it's inevitable. It's going to come to all of us. Nobody can promise our kids a life of ease and comfort and convenience. But what we can do is we can walk alongside of them closely. And when they go through those hardships that they experience in life, we can help them, in a sense, develop necessary coping skills to maneuver and navigate their way through their painful seasons of life. And I love a quote that Dr. Dan Siegel shares in his book, The Power of Showing Up. He says this. He says, a soothed child knows that he or she will never have to suffer alone. We have to remind our kids that they're not alone in the midst of the challenges and the fight that they may come up against in this life. And then he says this, when you show up consistently by providing safety, by seeing your kids emotionally, and by soothing them in times of need, then, just then, you'll be able to provide them the opportunity to rely on a safe or secure attachment once again. And secure attachment, for those who maybe aren't familiar with that type of language in the mental health space, when you have a secure attachment, that's when a parental attachment figure has shown up consistently and provide that emotional availability through the hardships that you experience in life, which has allowed you the opportunity of forming an internal working model, is what we would say, where you have a healthy view of self, which is like, I am deserving of love, but at the same time, a healthy view of others, that I can trust somebody else to provide me with the love that I desire and deserve. So it's all found, again, in the power of showing up.
That's beautiful.